Number 1. Royal Residences. The royal family certainly can't be accused of lacking homes, with a remarkable collection of 6 major estates. Queen Elizabeth II left behind the Grand Buckingham Palace with its 775 rooms, and Windsor Castle, the world's largest occupied castle, both steeped in history. Along with these 2 iconic residences are Holyrood Palace in Scotland, Sandringham Estate in Norfolk, Hillsborough Castle in Northern Ireland, and Balmoral Castle. Buckingham Palace served as the Queen's official residence, while Windsor Castle, in royal hands for centuries, has been home to many generations of British royals. Balmoral Castle, in particular, was a beloved retreat for Queen Elizabeth II, where she spent much of her childhood and cherished summers, making it her favorite getaway. It holds deep personal significance as both the place of some of her earliest memories and where she spent her final days. Sandringham Estate, the family's traditional Christmas residence, was also dear to her. Of these 6 homes, 4 were crown properties, while Sandringham and Balmoral were privately owned by the Queen. These estates reflect the rich heritage and personal connections of the royal family, ensuring they are never short of remarkable places to call home. Number 2. Swans. While the Queen's affection for her corgis is widely known, her love for animals extended well beyond dogs. Remarkably, the Queen shared ownership of the swans on open waters throughout England and Wales with 2 other organizations. Every year, a traditional event called Swan Upping takes place, during which a 5-day census is conducted to count the Queen's swans. During this event, the swans are caught, marked, and released back into the water. Though they may not seem as valuable as other royal possessions, swans have held a special place in royal tradition since the 15th century, symbolizing grace and elegance as part of the monarchy's heritage. Number 3. 200-plus bags. I get that this might seem like a strange item to include in an inheritance list, but when you consider that these liner bags significantly contributed to Her Majesty's wealth, it's easier to understand. Each of these bags comes with a hefty price tag of around £1,400. It's clear that no one could ever accuse the late Queen of having a shabby wardrobe or carrying outdated bags. She had a specific bag for every occasion, and they even served as a subtle way for her to communicate with her staff. Truly, her style and wealth made a statement in more ways than one. Number 4. The Tower of London. The Tower of London, the first palace constructed by the royal family, is known as the Stone Tower. Although Buckingham Palace serves as the residence of the current monarch, previous rulers chose this stone structure because it was built to instill fear and awe in the British population. Over the centuries, the tower has remained a symbol of grandeur, admired by all who visit it, making it a top British tourist destination that draws countless visitors. Historically, monarchs imprisoned their enemies in the tower's dungeons and safeguarded their most precious possessions within its fortified walls. Today, the tower is home to the crown jewels and other royal artifacts. By tradition, the Tower of London belongs to the crown, meaning that each ruling monarch inherits it from their predecessor. Number 5. Hyde Park. The Queen's vast portfolio under the Crown Estate includes not just royal and private residences but also public parks. Among these is Hyde Park, one of Britain's most popular green spaces, which was under the Queen's custodianship and has now been passed down to the next generation after her death. Hyde Park, along with other open areas like Kensington Gardens, provides the royal family with the opportunity to engage with society in a more relaxed setting, allowing them to mingle freely with the public while enjoying the same open spaces as everyone else. Number 6. London's Regent Street. Regent Street, a renowned shopping destination in England, spans approximately 2 kilometers, connecting Piccadilly with Oxford Circus. It is a must-visit location, drawing over 7.5 million visitors and generating even more in revenue. This iconic street is part of the Crown Estate, which includes numerous properties that are transferred to the next ruling monarch. Although the monarch doesn't personally receive all the royalties from Regent Street, the revenue generated by the Crown Estate helps fund the royal family's activities. The management of these holdings is overseen by the royal family, with the reigning monarch at the helm, making it an integral part of what is often referred to as the family business. Number 7. Forests. Part of the Crown estate includes a vast 25,000-acre landmass that the late Queen passed on to her successor. Although this land cannot be sold by the reigning monarch, it remains a highly valuable and admirable inheritance. Unlike some other items on this list, this particular asset offers broader benefits. The Crown's ongoing stewardship of these woodlands has significantly contributed to global climate preservation. This land stretches across all of Britain's recognized boundaries, with 8% of it consisting of forested areas. Additionally, portions of the land are leased for agricultural activities and mineral extraction, making it a diverse and economically productive resource. Number 8. Dolphins, sturgeons, and whales. Dolphins, sturgeons, and whales are legally considered the property of the reigning monarch of the United Kingdom. Under a statute from 1324, these marine animals, much like the swans, belonged to the Crown. During Queen Elizabeth II's reign, this meant that all marine life within UK waters was under her ownership, and now this responsibility passes to her successor. The monarch's authority extends beyond these animals, as the Crown also owns the seabed, subsoil, and all minerals found beneath the waters. This jurisdiction spans about 22 kilometers from the UK's shores, giving the Crown both rights and responsibilities over these valuable marine resources. Number 9. Artwork. Few can claim to possess an art collection as vast and valuable as that of the British royal family. With over 100,000 pieces of artwork ranging in price and significance, it is an incredible treasure for any art enthusiast. The Queen was responsible for managing the royal collection, which she has now passed on to her successor. Although the Queen couldn't sell any of the pieces, she was allowed to add to the collection, which she notably did during her Diamond Jubilee in 2012. The collection includes works from artists spanning various periods such as Rembrandt, Rubens, Raphael, Claude, Van Dyck, and many more great masters. It features an array of paintings, drawings, prints, sculptures, tapestries, and other artifacts. Additionally, royal family artworks are part of the collection, including Queen Victoria's sketchbook and works from previous monarchs. Most of these pieces are housed in royal estates, while some are displayed in museums and select art locations. The Jewel House, part of the collection, contains a remarkable array of sacred and ceremonial regalia, including no fewer than 142 items adorned with 23,578 gemstones, which make up the world-famous crown jewels. Number 10. Racehorses. The Queen's deep love for animals, particularly horses, was well known, and her sharp business sense led her to own more than a dozen racehorses, many of which became champions on the world stage. Throughout her long reign, these horses earned her just under £10 million in prize money. Her passion for horse racing started early in life, with her first victory in 1949 on a horse she co-owned with her mother. Her lifelong commitment to the sport, paired with her keen investment skills, allowed her to build an impressive stable of racehorses. This dedication ensured that not only did she pass down her prized horses to the next generation of royals, but also the financial benefits they brought. By bequeathing both the horses and the revenue they generated, the Queen ensured that her passion for horse racing, as well as its financial rewards, would continue to flourish within the royal family for years to come. Number 11. Cars. The Queen's car collection became a symbol of her personal interests in recent years, showcasing both her love for vehicles and the unique connection she had with them. Her passion for cars likely began during World War II when she served as a truck driver and mechanic, becoming the first female royal to serve in the military. Although the war ended, her love for driving remained, and while she learned to drive during this period, she never needed a driver's license due to her royal status. One of her most beloved vehicles was the Land Rover Defender, and she owned as many as 30 of them over the years. However, her collection extended beyond Land Rovers, including an impressive array of luxury cars such as Rolls-Royces, Jaguars, Bentleys, and a custom-built Range Rover LWB Landaulet. Some of her Bentley cars were specifically modified to allow her to stand and exit the vehicle with ease, reflecting her personal needs and preferences. The Queen's car collection, estimated to be worth around £10 million, reflects her lifelong love for both speed and quality, a passion that aligned with her interests in horse racing and vehicles, showcasing yet another facet of her remarkable life and reign. Number 12. Diamond Diadem royalty comes with the privilege of wearing breathtaking jewels, and Queen Elizabeth II, as a monarch from a long line of royalty, possessed many jeweled crowns, tiaras, and headpieces. Among her most iconic and cherished pieces was the diamond diadem. This stunning tiara, crafted for King George V's coronation in 1821, features a magnificent 4-carat yellow diamond at its center, surrounded by an astounding 1,333 diamonds. The Queen embraced the diadem as her own, frequently wearing it for significant occasions, particularly during the annual state opening of Parliament. Designed by the esteemed London jewelers Rundell and Bridge, the diamond diadem is not only remarkable for its beauty but also rich with symbolic meaning. It features 4 crosses, each representing the diversity and unity of the United Kingdom. The front cross is highlighted with the brilliant pale yellow diamond, and the entire diamond band is bordered by delicate pearls. The diadem also incorporates important national symbols such as roses, thistles, and shamrocks, further enhancing its deep connection to the history of the monarchy. This blend of elegance, history, and symbolism likely made the diamond diadem one of Queen Elizabeth II's most treasured pieces. Number 13. Faberge Collection. Faberge was an extraordinary artist renowned for his intricate and wide-ranging designs, which encompassed everything from beautifully crafted hooks to the famous ornate Easter eggs, as well as lifelike animal figurines and delicate flower creations. Over the years, the Royal Collection has amassed an impressive selection of Faberge pieces, with the collection now including around 800 of his works, a number that continues to grow. This remarkable collection has been enriched by contributions from various members of the royal family, particularly Queen Elizabeth II herself, with significant additions made in 2012. The Faberge collection is displayed in the Queen's Gallery at Buckingham Palace, where visitors can admire the artist's exceptional craftsmanship. The tradition of collecting Faberge treasures dates back to Queen Alexandra and King Edward VII, who first began acquiring these exquisite artifacts. Their passion for Faberge's work laid the foundation for what has become one of the most significant collections of his creations in the world. Today, many of these valuable items, including Faberge's signature ornate eggs, are showcased for the public to appreciate, highlighting the enduring legacy of this extraordinary artist and his connection to the British royal family. Number 14. Westminster Abbey. Westminster Abbey has been a pivotal institution in the history of the British monarchy. Since 1066, it has been the traditional venue for royal coronations, where every monarch, beginning with William the Conqueror, has been crowned. Beyond coronations, the Abbey has also played host to numerous royal weddings, funerals, and other significant ceremonies throughout the centuries, becoming a symbol of continuity and tradition within the royal family. What makes Westminster Abbey even more unique is its status as a royal peculiar. This means that it does not fall under the control of a diocese or any church authority, but instead belongs directly to the reigning monarch. This special status has solidified its place as a cornerstone in royal affairs, including state events and personal milestones. For example, the Abbey was the location for Queen Elizabeth II's funeral service, underscoring its lasting connection to the royal family. Upon the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, Westminster Abbey, like other royal assets, passed into the custody of King Charles. As the ruling monarch, King Charles now has ownership of the Abbey due to its status as a royal peculiar. This means that the Abbey continues to be intricately linked to the reigning monarch, ensuring that it remains a key part of Britain's royal history and a place for future ceremonies and state occasions for generations to come. Number 15. Jewelry. No true queen is without her collection of jewels, and Queen Elizabeth II's trove of tiaras, brooches, earrings, and other gems was truly remarkable. Her collection ranged from pieces passed down through the royal lineage to personal jewelry she received as gifts over the years. Among the most notable items in her extensive collection is the largest clear-cut diamond in the world, known as the Great Star of Africa, or Cullinan One. This diamond, weighing 530.2 carats and valued at £51 million, holds a prestigious place in the royal collection. Originally presented to Mary of Teck, the consort of George IV, Cullinan One was later incorporated into the crown jewels, specifically set into the sovereign's scepter with a cross, which is used during royal coronation ceremonies, making it a symbol of the crown itself. Other iconic pieces of royal jewelry include the coronation crown, St. Edward's crown, the Queen Mary fringe tiara, Queen Mary's true lover's knot brooch, Queen Elizabeth II's diamond engagement ring, and the diamond diadem. Altogether, the Queen's personal jewelry collection is estimated to be worth around £100 million, making it one of the most valuable collections in the world. Number 16. The Duchy of Lancaster. Another private estate of Queen Elizabeth II, which is likely to be passed on to her successor, is the Duchy of Lancaster. This estate spans 18,433 hectares and includes the Savoy estate, various parcels of land, and several historical landmarks. The Savoy estate, a key part of the duchy, covers a large area bordered by the Strand to the north, Somerset House to the east, the Embankment to the south, and the Savoy Hotel to the west. Beyond the Savoy estate, the duchy encompasses acres of land across England and Wales, including regions in Cheshire, Lancaster, Yorkshire, Staffordshire, and the village of Castleton. While some portions of this land are leased out, others remain as untouched vegetation. Additionally, the duchy is home to several historic landmarks, including the Savoy Chapel, Pickering Castle in Yorkshire, and the famous Lincolnshire Castle, all of which are admired for their historical and architectural significance. Number 17. Crown dependencies. Queen Elizabeth II was a highly distinguished figure who achieved much during her reign. In addition to being the ruler of England and the Commonwealth nations, she also held ownership over 3 British island territories, the Isle of Man, Jersey, and Guernsey, collectively known as her crown dependencies. The arrangement granting her ownership of the Channel Islands is ancient, and instead of the usual titles of Lady and Duchess, she was referred to as Lord of the Isle of Man and Duke of Normandy in Jersey and Guernsey, respectively. The Isle of Man has a rich history, dating back over 7,000 years to 7000 BC, with its ownership historically shifting between Norway and Scotland, before ultimately becoming a British possession. Jersey, the largest of the Channel Islands, remained loyal to the British Crown even after England lost territories to France. Guernsey, the second largest island in the Channel Islands, also primarily belongs to the British. While Jersey and Guernsey are not part of the United Kingdom and have their own governing systems, certain aspects of their affairs, such as defense and some elements of international relations, are overseen by the UK. Number 18. Trafalgar Square. Trafalgar Square is home to the British National Gallery and the iconic Nelson's Column, and it was built on the site of the former royal stables. Over the years, the square has served many purposes, from being a venue for campaigns and public demonstrations to hosting large gatherings. During the Christmas season, the square comes to life with festive celebrations, including a Christmas tree gifted by Norway. After the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805, the square gained prominence and has since become one of England's major landmarks and tourist attractions. Initially, demonstrations were prohibited in the square, but this ban was lifted following the labor movement's efforts, which began holding public events there. Today, Trafalgar Square remains a vital part of London, marking the divide between the city's main shopping areas and its center. Number 19. Scotland's Gold Mine. One of the most surprising assets owned by the late Queen of England was Scotland's gold mines. Every gold mine in Scotland has been under the ownership of the British Crown since before the 1600s. The Queen could have chosen to sell the gold mines, which span a large area, but they remain part of the Crown's holdings. The Crown's ownership of Scotland's gold and silver mines was first declared by King James I. Gold can be found in various locations across Scotland, both in rivers and underground mines. Although Scotland is not considered one of the world's largest gold producers, gold mining has a long history, dating back to the Iron Age. The first official gold and silver mines were established in the early 1500s by King James I of Scotland. In the 1800s, gold mining experienced a brief period of success, producing significant quantities for a short time. In addition to gold and silver, small amounts of a blue mineral called azurite were also found in the mines. If you know of any other items Queen Elizabeth II left for the royal family, feel free to share them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this one. See you next time.